All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is having a great day out there. New overlay, guys. We've got it all happening. We've just seen the PPI data come out. 1% expectation, 0.6%. Should we be worried? Well, it's sent the market down a whole 0.1%, guys. As per usual, this information is all being stacked together by the boffins in Wall Street. And are they making big moves? Well, not yet, but I do think that we saw some interesting stuff coming out of the Nasdaq yesterday. And of course, we'll be discussing that. Let's move over to the charts right now. Look at that. Whew. The techniques here, the techniques. And we've got a big super chat coming in straight away as well from a member of the community. Let's just quickly go up here and get Kevin Finans Australian 22.99. Thank you very much, man. It says TA on Weebit Nano ASX WBT. A mate put an amount equal to 3 months of his income in at $1.50 back in October 2020. Now sitting at close to 2x that. I think he probably would have been up even more point at one point there. He believes in the stock, but what would Tom do? Well, of course, I will not give you financial advice on this one, sir, but I will show you a few things. So I saw this super chat. It was before the stream. It's a good time to get me. I didn't look too much into the stock itself, but what I wanted to say was I did look into, of course, steel. We know steel is running right now, and I wanted to just discuss some of the technicals. So firstly, BSL. This is the Australian steel company. Then we'll get into our normal market. This is just a very large super chat. We've obviously got to get some value here. And yeah, we have the resistances. We therefore have the support, and we know that BSL is moving up. Then we check out X from the other day, another steel corporation stock. You can see it's at the tippity top. Resistance, indecision candle, will be close above and send further bullishness coming through. Time will tell on this one, but certainly at the tippity top. Then we go over to materials over the last 20 years. Traditionally a weak time for iron ore futures, but we are in, of course, unusual times. So therefore, a seasonal like this may not pay as much attention. And the last bit of information I wanted to go into was I was checking out the iron ore futures here, and you can see they're bouncing off a level of support. So with X, with steel at the tippity top, with Blue Scope moving through, and without even looking currently at the actual stock itself, and with iron ore bouncing off this level, do we think that materials are looking relatively strong at this stage? I would say yes, and all the steel stocks are certainly benefiting from that. Now let's have a look at Weeb Nano. So, or whatever this is. This Weeb? Weebit Nano. I don't like the name. Sounds like Weeb. I don't think Weeb is something you want to be, but Weebit Nano got in October. Might have even got, it sounds like got around $1.50-ish. Okay, so around here. It's been up as high as 420 and it ran there over the January period. So then we want to go quickly over some of these other stocks. We want to understand when it ran up to that point, what the other stocks were doing. What was X doing around January? So it was around 2468. What was Blue Scope doing around January? Something important we want to think about. It was actually quite a lot lower. In fact, it was around in this area here. So it ran before that. And that's something I would want to understand because I would expect this type of stock that's in steel, as far as I understand, steel down here on the right-hand side. This should be really around this price, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be up here at the tippity top? Obviously, this earnings came out. There might be another earnings coming up. It is running. I like it as a position to continue the run. In my case here, I think it's at the resistance. Certainly, people may be scaling out of it. You can see the 20 moving average has been finding heavy support here. And if it breaks through the 285, I expect it to actually have a decent pump rally because this is a key resistance and it is starting to consolidate. Break above this point, rally would be the next logical conclusion. 20 moving average here on the 2 hour. And when we go over to the weekly, you'll notice a closure even above this kind of 290 on the weekly would be perfect as well for it. So good luck in this. Thank you very much for the super chat. I like what I'm seeing in the other steel stocks. I'm surprised this one hasn't run more at this stage. That would be the kind of way I'd look at it. Then we've got another super chat, not super chat, but a comment coming in here from Pagoli. Says, Tom, has crowd formed a double top on the daily chart? Yeah, we'll have a look at that one a little bit later. So hopefully you guys love the fact the intro is back. WBT is RAM memory? Why does it say steel then? Huh. Well, if it's RAM memory, then it has everything I just said is completely pointless. Probably go check that company. Non-energy minerals. Well, if it's RAM memory, man, I don't have this one, of course, in my portfolio. It's 356 million. Then it has nothing to do with that analysis, and therefore the TA still holds up. Get above 290, I think the rally will come through because this is rallying right now, and if it gets above this zone, yeah, good things will happen here. Good things will happen. It's not steel. Stupid. That's why you don't trust trading for you guys. That's why you don't trust. I had all those things. I saw steel. I thought, oh, okay, well, let's go through. Why the hell is this thing not up the top? Now we know why. Because it's actually not a steel manufacturer. Oh, my God. RAM memory. I like it past 290. Get a close above there, Kevin. And, yeah, the rally should ensue from that point because it has been going quite nicely already off a base. Nothing changes in the TA side. Because you can look at any TA, it's always going to be the same thing. You'll notice even here on the daily, a little bit of consolidation at the peak. Nice breakout, rally. Good luck. All right, there we go. And we will look at the others. Yes, thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it. And appreciate everybody else. Invest in Weebs, says Guy Roman. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling about this in this stage. Closure above here, good times, good luck. All right, let's go through these markets. So US 100, we know this is at the tippity top. It's actually looking like it's kind of moving over a little bit here. Let's have a look at the QQQ because that's going to give us a bit of better understanding. If this candle had closed here over here, I would actually be quite bearish. The reason? We had long leg doji. Then we had, of course, even another indecision. Even after this, I would have liked a further close. I think there is even an opportunity here to actually believe there's a scale going in, which is weak. And this is not a strong setup. This is basically slightly better than a coin flip towards the bear side. You've got a closure below the long leg doji. You've got another closure below that point over here. And then you've got 20 moving average here, 20 EMA, which has been an incredibly good buy zone. You'll notice it did get underneath, but it never closed bearish. Remember, closing bearish is the key to the signal here. So if we do get a closure bearish on the 20, I really feel like that seasonal negative impact that comes into the Nasdaq could be here. At the same time, the rest of the markets, the S&P 500, certain sectors might do well. Certain sectors, like the Dow, might do well as well. However, overall, this is not looking good. What do you guys think about this Nasdaq? Do you like this Nasdaq? Do you like it or do you not like it? Then we got Jam with the USD, says Moderna. Yikes. Let's have a look at the old Moderna, mRNA, if I knew what I was doing there. Up 2.7%. Oh, you got me excited. I thought it was down more. Yeah, look, big dump off that massive end pump. It's a great company. Don't get me wrong. It's worth something good. But yes, I don't think this is a surprise that a lot of people were dumping Moderna after such a huge pump. You can't bring a company up like this. It just doesn't make sense. Very rarely will you have a company crack 100 bill, go to 200 billion, what's actually almost unheard of, and then not have a serious movement down. Yeah, it's really rare for that to occur. All right, we'll keep going through some of these markets here. Thank you very much for that super chat. Unfortunately, we didn't get the steel analysis correct, but that is what I would do. Traditionally, I would go to the seasonal. I would go to the stocks around it. I would go to the actual iron ore itself. I would figure out whether that's on support or resistance, and then I would make a better informed decision on whether I like the sector as well by going to the sector analysis and checking it out. Yeah, you guys like this overlay or you don't like this overlay? Let me know. I'm always interested to see what you guys think. I actually think it works better because when you're viewing it on your phone and you've got the chat open, I notice the chat is always on the left-hand side, so that therefore will go all over the top of my head. So you can actually read the chat, and at the same time, you should be able to see the charts. You should be able to see the charts. Let's have a look at PLTR. This is the story of the morning. So I'll read some numbers out here for PLTR fan boys and fan girls. This is coming from Klim. We've got here Q2 EPS, 4 cents versus estimate, 3 cents. Hey, an extra cent. Revenue, 376 million, estimate 353, which is good. And then guidance, which is also a very important factor for how Wall Street feels, you know, all warm and fuzzy or not, 385 million versus 376. So a beat of data here. More importantly, 90% of commercial revenue growth, I believe, is 90% of, I think it is commercial revenue growth. Yeah. So here we have a decent, interesting looking, kind of series of higher lows coming through and higher highs. We saw this nasty daily. I got to say, the price action certainly was not showing the strength here. You see this price action? That was bad looking price action. And the market got it wrong. This is a case where the price action is wrong to what the market's expectation is. And because it's a slight beat here, or in some ways, even arguably a really decent beat, it's getting you a 9.31%. Will this lead to further action? The nasty 2430. How many times have we talked about this level? It got here over here. It got over there. It had struggle times around that 2450, 2430 last time as well. Look at how many times it went to the resistance, sold off, went to the resistance, sold off. And then we've got the all-time peaks that we need to worry about. Well, not all-time peaks, but recently, which are around that 27. So I would hope for PLTR to hold the gain. PLTR never holds the gain. It always starts great and then goes red. PLTR holders know what I'm talking about. Starts great, goes red. So let's hope it can hold up 9.13. It's coming into the 24 kind of 50 zone. I do expect some selling to occur around there. If it does come back through and fill the gap, let's just say it fills down to these previous highs and you're hankering from some PLTR, 2350 could be a very cool zone. I think that could be very, very interesting. Exactly. That's good. Richard Resendez says buy Enron. Very funny. Richard, very funny. Don't buy Enron, obviously. Don't buy Enron at any point in time when you go back through your time machine and figure it out. And then 44 Max says it's great overlay. Great. That's good to hear. Kunal says, okay, I wish the chart was bigger. Look, it can be bigger. Check this out. Boom. Look at that. Look at the graphical arts here. Now, the reason why I like using this is this particular software firstly allows some overlays, but more importantly, when we want to have guests on the chat, which I would like to have some other traders, some opinions, obviously Tyrone as well, my business partner and trading partner, he'll be coming on. It actually lets us all be here on the left-hand side. So we'll all be able to jump in with no technical knowledge whatsoever. You'll be able to see everyone will be able to share their screens on the fly if we want to. We can all be here, and we can also switch over to this kind of view very easily, etc. So it's great to be able to do this, and I think it's a good feature moving forward for the community and for the channel. I think it's going to be a good one. So flat day here on the US 100 and the US 500. I'm actually bearish or feeling the bear juice is kind of flowing here on this US 100 Nasdaq. The 20 moving average is the key. We've already seen some negativity, I think, in the candles here on the daily. Will we get the follow through on the 20 moving average actually getting busted through? That's going to be the first real signal that the bears have got control of at least the Nasdaq component. That'll be good. Mr. Buff likes it. That's excellent. And quite a few people enjoy it. Where do I find that photo? What photo, man? What photo are you looking for, Jonathan? Risk warnings misspelled. Oh, whisk. It's like the whisk warring. No, risk warring. I'll fix that for tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Chats are too big. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. I can only change the type of chat. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. Don't forget buy the dip. Yeah. Let's quickly scroll up here. So these are the different types of ones. You can have minimal. Do you guys like minimal? Let me know. Do we like bubble? Actually, bubble's pretty good. Then we've got block. And then we've got the default is huge. I don't mind bubble. Minimal, bubble, block. Let me get a bigger comment. Give me a big comment here. There we go. There's a big comment. That's not too bad. Let's go to the banners here. Oh, no, sorry. Click it through. Bubble looks like that. Block looks like that. And that's minimal. Which one do you guys like? Bubble, 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 or minimal bubble, bubble. All right, we'll go with bubble for today. The chat has spoken. I'll move this up slightly. There we go. And that should be probably one of the bigger comments. We'll read it while we're here. Rogue Angel. Bears will all jump into QQQ and market will slaughter them. That is what it does. Unfortunately, Almanac says August starts bad but ends great. We'll see. August is usually a sideways month for the NAS across the board. I don't really think we've started poorly. I mean, think about this. We're down 1%. September is generally, obviously, the month of the bear. September is the bear. Still too big and bright. Minimal is much better. All right, wait a second. People came in with the fight. Or I think minimal might have beaten bubble. All right. Okay, guys. We'll go minimal for now, and then we'll get back into it. There you go. I don't even know if I like that myself. All right, we'll do that one. Whatever, guys, whatever. We'll just keep going with the TA. And we'll make sure that's up a little bit so you guys can see the dates. All right, let's go through. US 100 now coming in about 0.11% down. 15K is also big psychological. So remember, that's going to be one of the things. We've had a low at 14,969. So we've had a low down here, and that's been, really a zone or a level, I think, that has held just a bit of a psychological endpoint. We've also seen 1, 2, 3 buys off the 20 recently. This does look like tips. This is like tipping over. But what I would like to actually see for the full bear to come in, it'd be like this. Goes down, comes back up, retests from the bottom down, and then moves through. If that occurs, you can be a lot more confident that the trend and the actual trade is more successfully likely to occur. In the bear side, you can be more likely to say, okay, I'm going to hold off on buying this dip, or I'm going to start buying very specific stocks at specific levels. It's all about how does something go bearish. If a market just goes like this, bet, and then it just comes back up, well, I mean, of course, that's not really the type of sign. You want to see this. When that happens, oh, yeah, then we're on. Then we're on with the bear squad. At this stage where the peanut gallery watching the neutralized market move around. Do you guys see some of the stocks that have been moving recently? Industrials have come back very heavily. The old cat has come back very, very strongly as well, which has been good. And this closure above here, I think, was a very good first rally point for cat. We've now seen it come straight into the resistance. And you can see even in the pre-market here, cat is up 0.94%. This market got slaughtered. We knew that cat was looking very, very weak. It had a monster rally on it. We had a trend line of the gods. Look how many times this trend line had been reached all the way through all of this rally. And now that it's had a breather, it's certainly coming back to life. Have you missed it? Look, there's always another opportunity around the corner. I guess cat was probably yesterday's trade. I didn't have it on here, and I should have. I actually was looking at myself with the industrials. But yeah, this particular one, a few others, we're starting to come back in repair. And it's the same old story time and time again. We get market structure, repair, and then, of course, a follow through there after that, which is excellent. Yes, I'm aware, Mike. I can fix it now. I can fix it now on the fly, guys. Let me fix this on the fly. I can't fix it on the actual thing itself. All right, that's it. I'm going to fix it right now. Here we go. The risk warring. There we go. Fixed. And now I'll download it. All right. I do quite like this. By the way, send through some things that you've been looking at. If you've got any really sweet, I guess, sweet setups that you've seeing in terms of repair. I'd like to see these types of ones where you've got a market bottoming out and then just breaking through. If you've got them, send in the codes. If they're not the code, I won't listen to you again. So make sure you send through the right codes, guys. But if you do have those codes, please let us know. I'm always willing and liking to share those types of things with the community whenever possible. Let's see if I can get this thing fixed. There we go. I hope that's fixed. I don't know. All right. Let's continue on here. So what other comments have we got coming through in terms of stocks? We had the PPI data come out. That has caused the market to go slightly negative. I'm not sure if that's a good enough catalyst, but again, things can be excuses. It knocked 0.4% above what the expectation was, which is the big deal there. We'll move through the rest of the markets now. Let's have a look at IWM. Still in the middle of nowhere land. You can see very neutralized, boring action. Tesla still in the middle of our trap zone. Again, if people are interested, 698 or the 690 area, 700. And then we've got the 727 on the top side. I believe either break, either side should instigate a good little bit of day trading action. So that will be one to watch there. US 10-year still remains the kind of good trade of the week. This has led to pretty good gains throughout the financial sectors, and they actually have very good August runs on them. If you have a look here at the XLF, a few weeks ago, we were crapping on about the financials potentially looking weak. And then, this is how it goes with TA. You get the actual, like we're potentially looking at it getting weak. We don't get the confirmation we want. We get that confirmation reversal off the resistance high, and every bit of news has pumped the financials since that point. You can see here on XLF. So that's been a very strong trade indeed. Knock Knock says Tom's fonts are bullish. Thank you very much, Knock Knock. Knock Knock uses a lot of caps. Knock Knock, I'm going to tell you, use a lot of caps, man. I feel like in real life, if I met you, maybe you look like Dr. Disrespect, but on top of that, you're going to scream at me. Are you going to scream at me, Knock Knock? So much caps, burn. Antoine Mellinger says Cat has a multi-trillion-dollar infrastructural bill coming. Well, that's right. I mean, that's part of the reason why I think it moved in the first place. Now you've seen the bill got done. And one thing about this is it's probably going to be a sustained rally, because what do we know about government curves of spending? I want the chat to answer this. We'll go back to Cat for a second. What do we know? And I think this stock's still overpriced, but let's just think about the next couple of years of sugar rushing. What do we know about government spending, guys, when it comes to how they spend money? Is it usually well spent, or is it poorly spent? What do you guys think? Jersey Goal says, Tom, how is your cat going? Well, yeah, speaking of cats, my cat is all good, man. Thank you very much. Had the surgery this morning. All good. Got up early. Feel a bit tired. It's but yeah, the cat is good. I've put the whatever it is that you meant to put on the cat so it doesn't lick itself and therefore ruin everything that we've done. it licked some of it. Oh man, it was like it could be frothed up, because I suppose it like makes them froth up, and it's weird. Well spent, says Netstar. DJ AJ says they overspend and poorly spent. Yes. Well, it's not just that it's not only poorly spent, but in terms of what happens is it starts like this. And then they think it's going to be here. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Oh, wait. Whoops. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. We'll turn it off. So usually it always goes over budget. Now, over budget for someone like Cat, that means extra profit. So there actually can be more of a lead time than people think, and the market actually expects in these types of stocks. So when I say follow, well, in the circles that we follow here, the 4 circles, remember we've got the government, we've got the Fed, or whatever the central body for your country is of the stock market you're trading. We've got the seasonal, so we'll call it the actionable data kind of concepts. Then we've got the fundamental data. We can't forget the fundamental data. And then we have the TA. Now, when it comes to investing, obviously you want to be following this one. This is definitely very important. I think you want to think about this, but it's more just because you're getting better price. And obviously the fundamentals is key. So this one is good. This one is also good. And this one gets you the best kind of entries. So yeah, it's all about understanding that market flow. They overspend. They never change that factor, but the stock market will not price it in accordingly. And that's why you start to get that massive move through. That's why you get them through here. The cone of sadness. I get what you're saying there, Warren. Absolutely. Governments can spend money reasonably. Hey, have you come to Australia? Anyone in Melbourne? Mikey? Mikey's a joke. Anyway, we have some famous ones here in Melbourne. Don't worry about that. Anyway, not to get political, it's more just the investment side. There's overspend that leads to, of course, extra profits in the companies where you're following that money. And I think this is starting to rally for that reason. Whether there's more in it, it's more of a long-term kind of prospect than a short-term kind of gain. So let's keep going through some of the other things that we're seeing. So now the markets are down 0.12%. Again, the 20 moving average will be the real key here. I'm super keen to see whether we get a breakout. To put it in perspective again, this has not happened for a very long time. And this is, remember, the fake market futures. So if we move over to actually, we'll use NDX just so we can keep the numbers the same. NDX, the only time it did get through after this double bottom over here, it gapped, long leg dojied, and moved up. So, and then here it gapped, long leg dojied, and move up. So both times were indecision candles. We have not seen, I'm not even kidding you, we have not seen a bearish close underneath the 20 for ages. It's serious stuff, I think. And it makes sense as well. Makes sense. Let's keep moving through some of these stocks. I know you guys want a few to be covered. Square, look, I always cover it. I actually don't like this chart. I mean, if you do close above, that would be really good. I feel like, look, we know they paid lots of money for Afterpay. I like the acquisition from the aspect of we're going to get tons of new users in the Square ecosystem, which is going to be good. And the market will like that. But maybe it punishes the stock first. So I'm looking for a punishment of Square and a smooth retake later. That will be good. We've got Knock Knock coming in with $2.99. Says free the hashtag caps and smash the likes, friends. Thank you very much, Knock Knock. Always appreciate your support, man. Just joking about the caps, but you know what I mean. Then we've got Steve says the likes are hitting a 185 resistance. It's probably because poor Kevin before got analysis on steel and it was actually a RAM manufacturer. So that didn't work out, did it? Yep. So here we have Square really struggling with that 280. I feel like there is some selling going on and volume starting to drop off a little bit there. Apple still stuck within the range. We had a question before about CrowdStrike. Let's have a look at CrowdStrike. Is that, nasty CrowdStrike. That is certainly the first bearish move here on CrowdStrike. When you see a closure like this, hard to be a bear in the markets, no doubt, but that is underneath. Yes. So we might get a little rally, day trade kind of rally up here. And if you start to see little 5-minute, 1-minute turnaround lightning bolts, the next logical conclusion for CrowdStrike is actually around a 225. So that is the first bearish move we've seen. Go have a look at the options market. That's going to be key there as well. This is certainly outside of the range that you would hope for CrowdStrike to hold into. Next stop, 225, you would think. Franklin Matthew says PLTR fake market up big. PLTR always up huge, and then it goes like this. Open big, and then the sellers come in. And then it opens big, and then sellers come in. Look, the result is good. The actual fundamentals look strong or strongish for the company. But, yeah, that's what tends to happen. It hits like a resistance or a psychological level, and PLTR people sell it on down. Let's have a look at Amazon. As we suspected, that initial price action sucked. And because it sucked, and it didn't have that sweet bounce that we hope. You know, you want the dead cat bounce, guys. If you're going to buy the dip, the dead cat bounce. Here's a little smidgen of information for you. I'll give you a smidgen. When you've got a trend line or any support, and you have a market that just gets gap dominated into that, if it sits around, so you might buy the dip. You might say, I'm a buy the dip kind of guy on technology. I buy that dip and I wait for that sweet dead cat bounce style move or that huge move that just goes straight up and through that we've all become so used to over the last year. If it doesn't happen, you generally get little market action like this. And what that does is it actually gives you the opportunity to potentially start thinking, it didn't do what I thought. Maybe I'm going to take this out. Okay. And then I'm going to wait for the next confirmation to come through. Now you might say, oh, well, Tom, I don't want to be here buying and then 2 days later, I'm buying here because it breaks through and I could have had it here. But what you're doing is you're saving yourself some of the pain. You've seen the market didn't react the way you expected it to. You've put down the line. You've put down the damn level. And you've actually given yourself the best opportunity to take advantage of the market. Now that we've gone through this trend line, I mean, Amazon just doesn't look good anymore. It really just doesn't look that great, unfortunately. Thanks very much, Dave. You might have to get some of these super chats for me tonight. I won't have all of them. It doesn't look like. We've got Georgiov, BGN $2. Thank you very much. Hey, Tom, TA on Unity Software. Yeah, we'll do that in just a few seconds. So Amazon, that's why I think we're starting to see weakness. We're coming into a point here where consumer discretionary is not the fancied one. All of these aren't doing so well. The only one I can think of that's doing pretty good is SE. And that's because SE is the boss. It's a dominator. It's only got 5 days until earnings report. I'll be very interested to see how the dominator goes. That's not a cheap stock, by the way. If it doesn't meet earnings expectations like that, straight down, down into the dumpster fire, and then I'll buy more. But until that happens, yeah, this is an absolute hyper stock at its best. Let's have a look at Unity for Georgie. Check out Uni. Oh, nice, dude. It's a good one. Wowzers. 13.25%. So that was the earnings result that pulled it through. I actually would really like this to come down. It is coming down now, 2.77%. Great breakout of resistance, hey. Nice little lightning bolt closure here. Good little consolidation. Earnings popped it through. Daily 200. You're going on my chart, Unity. Come over here. We'll put this one straight on down. All right. This will go into Super Chat Cool Stocks. So this is a software developer. Basically, what they do is they produce, or they don't, but they have a graphics engine, and of course, a lot of people use it for video games, etc., because graphics engines are not cheap. So there's a couple of things you might like about this. One is the inverse head and shoulders opportunity, which is really big. And when you're looking at inverse head and shoulders, I don't really so much take that like a huge amount of attention to it. But what I do want to do is I want to see whether it proves to a key level of support or resistance. See, for me, 140 is kind of the key level that I'd be first looking at for Unity. And this doesn't really prove the way I like it. So I'd like a little turnaround and then a pickup in momentum somewhere around, let's call it 115-ish. And then at that point, I would like it to go to 140, and that would make me very happy. It's not a bad trade. Good luck. I know you've been following this one for quite some time. That's good. Kevin N says the dumpster fire is lumber. Yeah, lumber not doing too well. C-Mac says healthy markets must exhale. That's correct. That's a good way of putting it, C-Mac. I like that. And then we've got Net Objects says Amazon sucks now and will pull QQQ with it down. Yeah, it certainly sucks at this stage. Amazon's still a great company from an investment perspective, though I have been kind of thinking about positioning. I'm positioning in all the little weird super hypers because I don't see this next decade as being glorious on the taxation side as much as it was for the big FANG stocks. Darth Sidious hating on Clov. What is going on with Clov today? Is it up a lot? It's up 21.16% earnings. Okay. So it's not even, let's have a look at the hype equity on Clov. It'd be number one, wouldn't it? Let's have a look here. Refresh, and we will see. Clov, yeah, most discussion points. Will they rally it? This is where you need to do your social arb, guys. You got to get on everything at this stage. You've got to go Wall Street Bets. You've got to go to Stock Twitch. You've got to go to Twitters. You've got to get your social arb out, and you have to make a decision whether you think there's an upward ticking momentum that will come off this earnings result. So I don't know what the earnings result is on Clov, but it's not about TA, guys. It's all about the hype train. And if the hype train can maintain, $10 is a psychological level for it. If it gets past 10, as we know, all of a sudden, if it's especially being squeezed by shorters, there might be some massive, rallies here on this. But this stock is pumpy dumpy. Learn from the past. Don't get caught up in the storyline. If everyone's talking about storyline and you're all the way up here, it's pumpy dumpy. It's like Moderna the other day where I had some fight with someone about whatever it was, about how great the Modernas was and how it was worth $1 trillion. I was like, no, it isn't, bro. Not worth $1 trillion yet. AFLM says market not bubble. It is after effect bubble burst in higher than bubble itself. Once this effect pops up, then you will see falling rain. Okay. And thunderstorm washing out with flood anything on its path. My God. What kind of premonition is this, man? Kind of sounds like that time I traded wheat and then got destroyed by a tornado or something. Thank you for the comment there. I don't even know what it means, but thank you very much. We've got Jason D coming in with the super chat, $4.99. Can you have a look at Digital Ocean? They are like a mini AWS. Cool. Anyone in programming understands this? Ooh, Jason D. Okay, chat, community, get in on this. What do you think about Digital Ocean? Is this like Cloudflare, where I learned about Cloudflare because I had a WordPress website and I thought, oh, that's a cool idea. Are we getting in on a new thing or a late thing? So it's worth 6.186 billion, obviously relatively new in the markets here. 55.85. What's the P, like, price to sales ratio here? Is this it? Why does it say financial conglomerates? Is this one of those stupid? Wouldn't have been a SPAC, would it? Digital Ocean. Digital Ocean Holdings. Ugh. Can we rename the company? Then we might have more luck. Huey says, I use Digital Ocean and they are a really good service. Interesting. Mike D says, I'm a programmer and they're great for hosting. I don't understand AWS, guys. I went in there, confusing. Madness. AWS is the ugliest, most hideous back-end system for a kind of illiterate person with the computers. I don't understand it at all. It seems way too bogged down with so many things going on. So maybe this is good. Then Chris Alexander says Digital Ocean is something to do with NFTs, I think. Oh, I don't like NFTs. Not just yet, guys. But I saw the cool horse racing NFT. And I tell you what, there'll be some companies and some people that make some good money off NFTs in the future. There's some great ideas coming. That horse racing thing is hilarious. SW says CRISP. Let's have a look at CRISP. We do love CRISP here. CRISPR Therapeutics and all CRISPR stocks are good. Yeah, I mean, it's bounced. It's actually come back down to a nice level of support. Previous resistance becomes kind of like a support line. We've got Klim coming in here. It says the $47 billion SMB public cloud spend market is focused on what? Oh, it's a Twitter pump. I'm just getting some information coming in here about the DOCN. We'll have to look further into that. I don't know enough about the company, but yeah, it seems convoluted, and I don't like convoluted things. Resistance, support. Why can't they just have a normal name and be normal on the market? I actually quite like this level on CRISPR, so hopefully it can hold. It does seem, though, with CRISPR technology that CRISP might be behind, although they've got more cash flow than someone like Beam. I believe Beam is actually the better technology. You'll notice here these huge amounts of WIC purchasing. It's very bizarre. You don't usually see this. In fact, I don't even know the last time I've seen a weird action like this. So you can imagine how explosive it could get if it gets above. And if it gets below, well, you better cut that up quickly because if it gets below, it won't be good. But Beam is also a very interesting one here. Look at all these wicks. It's mad. It's craziness. Jason D says Digital Ocean is a normal name for a digital hosting company. Yeah, it's okay. What I'm saying is I don't really quite understand the overall story. Some people saying NFTs, some people saying hosting. I'm not sure. I have to go look at it myself. Bilo Ren, $4.99. A number of water stocks have been honey badgers lately. Agreed. FO has been very good. All the water has been very, very nice. Maybe since we risk warring over that resource one day soon. FO, Aqua. Yep, let's have a look here, Derek, at Aqua. All the water techs broke through heavily. We discussed this, 2-3 weeks ago. We had FO on the stream. We've been watching it pretty closely. These stocks have been powering. I mean, look at them go. Absolute phenomenal break, phenomenal retest. Great movement here on Aqua. Is there more in it? I mean, you'd say it's probably getting pretty far away from the 20 now, but yeah, you just keep following that beastie up. Now, what else have we got here? We've got FIW, First Water ETF, another one that's broken out. Again, when we started discussing it in July and into the middle of July, it was all going very, very well. Breaking through, very nice, great trend. 50 exponential moving average, been a great dip purchasing here for the water stocks. You can see it's a water fest on the ETF here. Look, I agree, they're all really, really good. I don't really quite understand how far they can go. Is it like my stupid railroad stock that never does bad? It just does well every single year? Or is it something that the government will get in on? I think all agricultural stocks in very certain areas will be, actually, very certain agricultural stocks will be quite good as well over the next decade. A strong area, Bilo. Yeah, good luck and well done. Jim Barron says Charge Point. Yeah, let's have a look at Charge Point. We did this one the other day, I believe. Was it this or something else? Ooh, so close. No closure. It's at previous resistance, becomes a little bit of a support. That's where you need to break through. 26 with a bullish close. Bullish daily close there will be the key on this one. And then we've got Wilberto Carlos, $2. Neo Wyckoff accumulation 1 hour time frame. All right. Let's have a look at your Wyckoff analysis here, sir. 1 hour time frame. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. Are you basically drawing your lines through this resistance, saying that is, I don't know about the 1 hour. Let's go 4 hour for a second. I don't know if I'd say with Wyckoff accumulation. Look, I mean, we all agree that we have a resistance here. $47 is the magical level for Neo. I agree with that. You're going to say the same thing as well. I'm not sure if I see like a full-on Wyckoff accumulation kind of event here. I mean, I know that obviously you would say false break at this point. Wyckoff won't come in terms of being an effective pattern until you close above 47. So no matter how you look at it, some people would say, oh, inverse head and shoulders on certain time frames. I'm sure it's there. Wyckoff accumulation, if you want to go with that, though I probably think it's a bit sketchy. 47 plus close is key for Neo, and that will create the rally that you want. 47 into 50 into the 55, just like we had last time. And you know what? I think we called that pretty good. We had all these same levels. I mean, we had the 50, the 47, we had the 50. The 50 got rallied through heavily and then went 55, busted off very quick. So it just shows why scaling out can be quite profitable. 47 for me on the Neo. Jason D says, might as well look at BA. She's running. Let's have a look at BA or Boeing. The sucky company has gone to the trend line again recently. Trend line. We did bring it up once, I think. Look, I actually didn't mind Boeing. Where was it? Pretty much where it has been. So I unfortunately have a little bit of Boeing. Where have I got it? I've got it like here. So I'm up dollars now. But yeah, look, I actually quite like the recovery aspect of Boeing, but this Delta variant is killing them a little bit. There are other parts to their business. It's above 240. Definitely a slower, nastier moving stock, this one. Eventually, I expect it to get back to the 300, 320. That's where I want it. Good trend line. I mean, I'm glad the trend line's holding. And yes, I think you are correct. This is similar to the whole Caterpillar play from the aspect of we've just seen the beginning of a rally. I actually don't mind Boeing. We can bring it back in on the charts here. We'll bring it back in as something we look at on the daily for now, because that closure yesterday, I think, is significant enough. Yeah, that's a nice closure yesterday. Cool. Thank you very much, Jason, for bringing that one back up to everyone's attention. Wilberto Carlos, $2. Whoops, meant daily. Love the content, by the way. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I think the daily, I can make more of a case for it there on Neo, for sure, from what you're saying. I mean, you do have that false break to the downside. Obviously, that has taken out stops. It's made people fearful. And then we've got that recovery coming through. 47 still remains the key, though, for your strategy. And if you're getting and gaining confidence, the way it's creating structure on the way to 47, hey, that's awesome as well. Good luck. Ian Worthington says, is Delta killing BA or is it the launch problems? The BA can't really catch a trick, can they? They seem to be stuffing up left, right, and center. But I always say this about these companies, and it reminds me of Volkswagen and Toyota. Toyota had a scandal back in 2011, if I remember rightly. Maybe it was 12. It's like some seatbelt scandal. And that seatbelt scandal led to a share price getting smashed. And everyone's like, oh, this is a big deal. And then guess what? Straight a few years later, it was all back. Then we had the Volkswagen emissions scandal. Everyone forgot about it. Now, obviously, Boeing seems to have not so much a scandal, but it's definitely got all sorts of problems on it. I still think it's in a strong position, and I hope it can come through with the goods. This is the good start here from the TA perspective. Also, look at this nasty kind of trend line as the final step of success. Look at that. Look at that. I'm not even making it up, guys. Look at this. Bang. All the way through. So we're about 10 minutes away from the market here. And you don't know what that means. It means we've got to do rapid fire, guys. We've also got Aussie Cobber 71 coming in with Australian $5. Big supporter here, Aussie. Thank you very much. $5 says, please push the like for Tom. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And then we've got Scott Morgan, $5 says, since you mentioned TLT, I've been paying attention to it daily. What are your thoughts now as it relates to stocks? Yeah, so we always, you want to follow bonds. Bonds are important. My thoughts are it's right on support. So we'll get the resistance support line. We've got the 50 exponential moving average. Whenever you're using a moving average of any type, you want to understand how the market has interacted with that before. So see the 50 here. See how TLT, it has mad respect for the 50. This is mad respect. It really likes it. So therefore, it should be a level of support. Now, we have the long leg doji. See the long leg doji here, guys? Now, if we get a little bullish close above here, Scott, then we go bullish again on the TLT. We get a bearish close below here. Ooh. TLT, the dream is over. Look, it's still in seasonal. It should outperform the S&P 500 from a seasonal perspective over this time. I'm looking for a bullish close on it today. Will it happen? I have no idea, but I would love to see a bullish close because it allows you to do a little bit of sneaky action there. Little bit of sneaky action. Thank you for the super chat and good luck with your DraftKings. How's that looking at the moment? Still struggling around your 50, 53.50. If you get through, you can celebrate, but at this point, it hasn't happened. Then we've got Pradeep here. Go Pradeep, $2. Thank you very much. Could we have a look at UPST? I saw Upstart had the big earnings on it. What is this? Microsoft account problem. Get out of my screen here, Microsoft. All right, there we go. So we have here resistances that it's coming into, big earnings. The earnings went straight into the resistance. For me, even though it looks super bullish, I feel like you're going to get bearishness for a couple of days and then a resumption just because it's such a great return yesterday. 26%, no slouch from a instant day return. Unlikely it can follow through initially to get to the new all-time highs. I think it's done good work. I would be looking for it to have a little bit of weakness, hopefully consolidate, and then further big work. Other than that, yeah, I looked at it yesterday. I would have probably taken a lot off at this stage and then waited to see more on the market. That's just from my opinion. If you're in it from an investment perspective, it's totally different. And it still looks pretty positive. Absolutely. Jam with USD says, Tom, can you have a cheeky look at CBA? That's an Australian stock, guys. All right, let's do the rapid fire. We've got 7 minutes here. CBA announces buyback in Australia. Big deal. Lots and lots of profit to be had if you're a retiree. Always get the sweet taxation there. Do I like it? I think it's overpriced completely. Okay. The dividends and this whole buyback stuff and everything, it all sounds great on the surface, but I'm waiting till after that hump. I actually think this is very overpriced stock, even with its bumper earnings. I know it's up high. I know it looks glorious, but I also remember when CBA was pumping 90 a few years ago. And what I would suggest to you is go and have a look at PE ratios on banks and have a look at CBA as comparison to its peers. Have a look back in 15 and just think about it logically. If you get in the FOMO hype here for CBA, I'm not feeling that. All right, let's keep going through some of the stocks. We've got Snowflake still doing absolutely nothing, bouncing off here, consolidating and slowly melting higher. That's good, but we've got aims for $300 here on Snowflake. It's pretty much the only one I did break the rules for it, guys. We've got Enphase over here, still bouncing off. A little bit of resistance becomes support. I still like this company. I want it to go above 190 again. We had that rally on it. I wouldn't mind if it came down here and then wicked again. That would be very sweet. So we'll check that out. Microsoft looking for double top potential. 20 moving average. Obviously, weakness will be ensued after that, and that will be another reason why the QQQ wouldn't be doing so well. Something like Arcade's getting a lot of a battering in the press. I think it's okay. However, that trend line might be interesting. Don't really do analysis too much on these exchange traded funds. ARCG is in the middle of nowhere. CRISPR we've discussed before. AMD, long leg doji at the trend line top. Wait for more information. Close above, close below. Probably have a good trade the next day on that. SPLK, it looks like it's really trying to get higher, but unable to do so at this stage. CRM, I'm going to take that off for now, even though I like the stock. Disney, boring. PACB, boring until we get that earnings through today. PACB need a close above 36. That would be very sweet. Trend line through there if you want to draw it. Beam, actually really cool looking candles. Break above should make it go crazy. TXG, disgusting. Look at that. Peak, trough, lower peak, lower trough. Ugh, get out of here. QCOM, I liked it yesterday and I like it again today. Nothing's changed. Got that nice, follow through we'd like to see. 147 up pre-market. That's good. QCOM has a good seasonal on it this time of year. TDOC, terrible. Stuck in the range, looking for a break of the resistance. Baba, disgusting. Wait for more info. Baidu, also disgusting. Wait for more info. Okta, JD. Okta's getting off the list. There's no point. It's not showing anything. Facebook. Get out of here, Facebook. Disgusting. Could be actually another one that could be peak, trough, lower peak. Imagine if all these start going. These are serious deals, guys. Imagine this. Because what you'd have here is you'd have peak, trough, lower peak, movement through, lower trough, 50, which has not been belted for a while. These are the signs of the big bear coming back to the Nasdaq if it gets through there. You can see the signs here. We'll watch it. We'll continue to watch it. Where were we up to? NVIDIA. Oh, no, Roku. Roku hit support yesterday. 200 as well. A hated stock at the moment. How much is it down? 26%. Ooh. Lightning bolt potential? Question mark. Roku. Twilio. Disgusting. I don't like that closure. All right, wait for more. SCCO. Yeah, it still looks okay. NVIDIA. Yeah, wait to see what the QQQ does. Pins found support off the base. Still looks pretty sick. We need more information. We've got it trapped. AMAT. Whatever. Get rid of that stock. It's not doing enough. Crowd looks disgustingly sick. Piton, still waiting for the 127 break. MU, which was a request from before. 85.40 resistance underneath 73. It's on support, but this one, it did the right thing here and then just couldn't follow through, could it? Path, pretty nice. I know we're 1 minute off the market. Apps, no. Roblox still looks good. Waiting for more information for the next move. NCLH, that actually looks really nice. I'd like a closure above here, and that'd be sweet. Keep watching that. And DE on the run since the infrastructure build. All right, guys, we've got the market opening now. Let's just quickly move over to one of these charts wherever we go. These are the earnings at the end of the day. We've got Walt Disney, Airbnb, Rocket, Palantir out in the morning. That has been a big move. Most of these markets look disgusting. They're so boring. Look at these little... What is this? Thank you very much for bearing with us, by the way, in these types of markets. I mean, the small moves are really annoying. But here we go. We are opening. I'll play the music for you. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. We are open, guys. Rapid fire over. There's some of the stocks that we're looking at. I think there are some good ones there. A couple of good ones. Overall, though, I'd love to see this Nasdaq underneath the daily 20. And I know a lot of you will be like, Tom, I want my stocks to go up. Are you mad? I've always talked about it. Healthy markets, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I also like predictable markets. So it would kind of move in with my general thought process, which is pretty good. And yeah, we would be also looking at the VIX rising if that was occurring. Let's have a look here. VIX is actually pretty low. So VIX is around 16 here on the open. Markets, you see the stocks mostly down. Baidu down hard. Baidu down 3.26%. Oh, dead cat bounce really was real, hey, on those stocks. MU down 4%, a bit nasty. 1%'s down on these. mRNA up 4.21. That's going to be a wild stock for a couple of days. I expect swings of 5 to 10% due to options everywhere on it. If you like that type of thing. And the US 10-year continues to pump 2.77. I actually would think that because that's up so much, it should be putting more pressure on the US 100. Okay, we've got a question come in here. It says rapid fire was sick. By the way, just remember, guys, I'm not abusing your stock if you're in it. I'm just saying I don't see a technical analysis. I probably should be more... you know what? I'm just going to say what I say. If I don't like it from a TA perspective, why not have an opinion, eh? God, we did that one. And then we got Tom as PLN, $10. Thank you very much. Tom, what are your thoughts on NVAX? We'll check that out in just a few seconds. So in my thoughts of the day, I guess I was thinking kind of bearish. I'm mostly thinking that because this Nasdaq's so close to tipping and it's doing its little slow tip over. Where things really fire up is the daily 20. That daily 20, I want to see the thing underneath it just so we get some actual action, some potential buys. There are some stocks doing all right. Where's the stupid QCOM? Is that up? See? QCOM up. Look at it. It doesn't care what the market has to say right now. And Roku also up 1.3. I could see why. That was at that was at some support. Things down 26%. It's not the worst company in the world. And of course, PLTR doing its standard thing, opening and going down immediately because that's what it likes to do. Let's have a look at Novavax. Good luck, by the way, PLTR holders. I hope you guys get $34 in 2 months. Does that sound fair? $34 in 2 months. Sick means good, Boomer Tom. I know what sick means, Chris. It's okay. Chris Smith said that is one. The only information I didn't know yesterday was something to do with clothing. Drip. I didn't know what drip meant. I still don't know. I did an Urban Dictionary to find that out. Actually, NVAX looks pretty good. Nice. Good analysis, man. You got the resistances and you got the long leg doji. And you've got indecision here. Company's worth $18.032 billion. Not bad. All right, we'll put NVAX on there. No NVAX. But I don't know exactly. Should this be doing Isn't Novavax like a this is actual vaccine provider, yeah? Probably should be doing better considering all the hype around all of these and Pfizer and everything. TA wise, just need a break above break close above 249. Not bad. All right, let's do the Bitcoin quickly as well. So I did Bitcoin on the channel today, and I kind of thought that it was going to turn around. The main reason it had kind of stopped at 46. We had a weakness candle. We had kind of like a stop hunty style candle, which of course became a shooting star, or many people call it a pin bar. And then we've had that follow through. I still think there could be further weakness here on the Bitcoins, the Bit Noodles. I actually wouldn't mind it go down to 42.5 and then buy up off that level. The actual hype is real, by the way, guys. Everyone's talking about it again. People spamming me. Long leg doji, rejection, Ethereum, get underneath this zone, probably opens the floodgates of shorts back down to 28.52. It's not looking too good at this stage. And then we've had some good rallies through things like XRP that just hit the key technical resistance we've had for some time. Congratulations, XRP holders. And ADA hit our $1.85 yesterday. So a lot of these alts, they've all moved to the resistance. If it was me, I'd be like, little bit of tasty profit. Maybe I'll take some of that off. Jam with USD says there's still some Wyckoff action. Yeah. Look, well, BTC's just had Wyckoff action. That's a good sign. That is Wyckoff action, guys. Some Wyckoff action. Some Wyckoff action up here. And it's only in the middle of that rally, but I still think there's a chance that it comes down and picks up some more nice, tasty whales. Let's have a look at BTC shorts. That's usually a good sign if anything's going on. Slight increase in shorts, but nothing like what we've been seeing before that. DXY quite at the resistance. Absolutely. Jan Lupo says NVAX hasn't produced anything, but it's got 1 billion in government support. Yeah. NVAX gives new meaning to the roller coaster. That's true based on that SW. Absolutely. All right. Clov just created. Ugh. And coin getting crushed at the moment. Coin shouldn't be moving that much down, should it? Okay. Well, coin's an interesting one. If you believe in this crypto rally, I mean, this coming back down to this level here, it didn't actually fully complete. So you've got kind of like the resistance. You know what the earnings are. You know it's created base. You know what I feel like it's an IPO. I hate IPOs for the first 12 to 18 months in the American market. But yeah, now we've got US 100 down 0.37. So it's putting pressure on that 20 moving average early here. Look at that. Oh, it's kissing it. It's like, I haven't seen you in a while, bro. That's what it's saying, but it's come down. All right. We'll find out what happens tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoy the new kind of overlay. Guys, do you like this? Do you like the new overlay? It's pretty good. I think it's going to be good. We can have you on now, Sid. We can allow Sid on with his boomer technology, his boomer knowledge. I'll sort that out very, very soon. And we've got, I just think it's really cool to be able to flick through all of this. And do we like minimal? Let's again, for anyone that's hanging out, one last thing here I want to know for today. Are we on the minimal bandwagon? I actually think it's pretty nice. Bubble, I still thought was pretty cool, but minimal's all right. Yeah, probably the best. KZ, sorry, no limit, Australian $5. Hi, Tom, great channel. Fantastic, KZ. Welcome to the community. Great content and great to have your company every evening here in Sydney. Yes, shout out to the Sydney brethren. When the family is asleep. No worries, KZ. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much for the $5. And yeah, look, hopefully we can get through this stuff. I mean, I just want to be able to travel again like everyone else can. I'm jealous of all the people in America that are floating around right now. And I'm also jealous of even my European friends. One of my European friends just is having a party in Europe. He's having a party and we're locked down. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much. There are obviously some risks to the markets right now. I'm always optimistic, guys. Even though I might be talking down on the next 2 months, remember, I'm very optimistic on this bull market. I think there's quite a lot of potential here for the next couple of years. And I think it's also a really great time for millennials, for younger people, for older people, for anyone to learn about trading, to learn about investing, and hopefully to put themselves on the right track. More importantly, of understanding that things are not what they seem when you go and you just, I guess, talk to the mainstream media or talk to everyone else's opinions. It's about understanding how the markets work. And most people out there listen to everyone else instead of thinking for themselves on this stuff. And I think there is a real benefit in trying to give yourself financial education. And one of the things I've always thought about is that why did I not learn any of this stuff at school? This was my biggest learning at school. If you put $1 in a bank account, if you leave it there for a year, Jimmy, at the end of the year, you'll have $1.50 more. Well, that doesn't sound very exciting. Thanks very much, school system. Anyway, see everyone. Thank you for today, and we'll catch you in another one tomorrow. Remember, also hit that like button so it goes through. And tomorrow hit the subscribe. And tomorrow we'll be coming at you with the daily close. Please bring me a US 100 underneath the daily 20. It's all I ask for Christmas in August. All right. It's all I ask. I want cheap tech stocks, guys. Just cheap, 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 cheap. Bye for now. I meant $1 and wait, $1.01. That's what I meant. All right. See everybody. Bye for now. Catch up.